Hello guys, today we're gonna pre-grade 6 from our signed cards from Weiss Schwarz, which we are gonna send to BGS next week. I'm gonna pre-grade the centering, surface, corners and edges, so every category from front and back. Let's just start from left to right. So we start with the first one, which is the Hestia from the trial deck, the SP version. Let's start with the centering of this card. All these 6 cards I have, they have those wings on the bottom. It's not on every SP card in general, and there you can easily check the centering from left to right. If you take the third wing from the top, from left and right, it should be 100% symmetrical. That means if you check here, the end of the wing is on the end of the card. If you check the third wing here, the wing is a little bit cut off. That means the card is a little bit centered to the right, so which means the front centering from left to right is not the 10, is probably more a 9.5. If you check the bottom to top centering, you always have in the bottom of those cards a super white tiny dot. This tiny dot on the bottom, it should be smaller than this one. Wait, you see it here, this white tiny dot. It's part of the card, it's no issue, every card has it. It should be a little bit more tiny, so that means the card is on the front a little bit off to the top, which also, I guess, is gonna be a 9.5 in centering. If you take the back, if you check left and right, you have easy checks because you have the borders exactly, and you can just guess, okay, how much part of the black is more here compared to here. So if you check here left to right, it looks better. It looks almost a 10 on the back, I feel like. Bottom to top is the same issue as before, is a little bit off to the top. So in total, front centering is more valued for the final grade. So I said twice 9.5, back one time 9.5 and one time 10. So I guess it's gonna be a 9.5 centering. Next to start off, let's start with the edges from the front. In general, edges and corners on this TCG are super clean, at least for the English cards. The Japanese cards have more issues with whitening, but on this card I can't find anything on the edges, so I would guess edges will gonna be grade 10. And let's check the corners next. Corners front also gonna be 10, and back corners looks like the bottom right corner looks a little bit weird compared to the other corners, but I would still go for a 10 there. Okay, so let's check the surface, the most important category of the 4. Let's see if we get any issue on the card. Oh yeah, you see a little issue on the hair. It's right there. You see a small tiny dot in the hair. Now you can see it. This is not part of the card, but those dots are several times on those cards in general. If it has one. Yeah, it has one above as well, so 2 dots there. But I can't find more dots, which is fine. I'm not sure if this is graded too hard. I'm gonna grade hard now. This would mean for me, surface fronts 9.5 and surface back is probably also a 9.5, because you have here in the middle, you have some white dots. Those white dots shouldn't be normally there. If I take a different card, as you can see, Here in the middle there's no white. Here in the middle you have a white dot. Yeah, so surface probably gonna be 9.5. So that would mean we have centering 9.5, surface 9.5, the other two 10s. So in total it would be a 9.5, because on BGS, if you have 3 times 10 and 1 time 9.5, then you only start getting a pristine. Every grade 10, of course, is a black label. So this one is gonna be a 9.5, I guess. Let's take the next one. Ice. This is also the trial deck SP from Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Golds in a Dungeon? Let's check the centering here. If we check the wings again on the bot, you also see slightly off to the right because the wing is cut here, which would mean from left to right is 9.5. From bottom to top, if you check this white dot, the dot is smaller on the Hestia, so I would assume it's going to be a 10. If we check the back, on the back side it feels like the centering is slightly off to the top and slightly off to the right. So this would be a grade 9.5 in centering as well, just like the Hestia. If we check the edges next from the front, edges look great. On the back it looks also great, so this is probably gonna be 10 in edges. And the corners front look great. And back look better than the Hestia corners, so this is definitely a 10 in corners. Let's check the surface next. If we have any issue on the card. Can't find anything on the front though, so this is probably a 10 in surface. And on the back we don't see anything either. Yeah, you have small issues, some white dots there on the black wing. So maybe 9.5 in surface, but I wouldn't assume so. So in total, this card would be 9.5 in centering, 10 corners, 10 edges, and 10 surface. So this might be a 10, which I would really hope for, because I want at least some 10s of these 6 cards, because they all have really great quality. Okay, so this is the Hestia SP from the booster box. I pulled this myself, which is also pretty nice because it's the most wanted from the set. Let's check the centering left to right first. This looks definitely great. It's also minimal off, but not as the other one. I would guess left to right is 10. And bottom to top, the dot is super small, means it's really great. So that would mean a 10 too. And centering from the back. So much dust on this card. It's also great. So on this card I would guess centering is 10. Let's check edges next. Edges are also great. And on the back, also pretty nice. Okay, edges look like 10 as well, which is awesome. And corners, great. And the back, also great. So only surface left. If this is a 10, this might be a black label candidate. Let's see. You see you have 2 dots in the hair there, which is not so nice. If I'm hard now as a judge, I would assume this is a 9.5 surface, although the rest looks really great. Let's check the back. Yeah, the back surface also a little bit weird. You have a white dot there. You have a white dot there. But rest looks okay, but I would guess that the surface is only getting a 9.5. So this would mean it gets 3 10s, a 9.5. So this might also be a BGS 10. So check 3 cards now. 2 10 candidates, really nice. Let's check the next. This one I haven't pulled myself. I've bought it because I wanted to have the full sets of all Ice SP and Hestia SP cards and send it together to Beckett. Let's check the centering here. Okay, the wing there. Oh, this centering looks perfect. The white dot on the bot. Yeah, it looks really perfect. This is 10. Centering on the back. Also very nice, also 10. Now I check corners and edges together so I don't have to flip it all the time. Edges and corners from the front look great. Would get both 10. And from the back also really great. But also guess it's 10. Let's check the surface then, if we have any dots. Can't find any dots on the surface. That would kinda mean that surface is 10 as well. If we check the back surface, it looks also great. So in my opinion, this card might gonna get black label. You know, it's kind of random if it really gets black label because grading is not objective. Let's just hope he gives us the black label there. The next card is Milim from the Slime series. I guess this one is from volume 1 and this one is from volume 2. I got both Milims, but this one is also the reprint version. Because you can see here it's the silver signature and not gold signature. This means it's the reprint version. Nevertheless, this card is really expensive anyways. So let's start the check of the centering. Centering looks really great. Really great. Would guess a 10. Back, I would also guess a 10. Really nice centering. Edges and corners. Can't see any issue there. And then the back also looks great. There is something weird here. I'm not sure if it just looks like it or if there's a damage, but it looks weird here as well. So I would guess this not to get 10 on edges, Corners should get 10, but edges 9.5, I feel like. The surface, let's check the surface last. Oh, you see dots on the body of her. You see 3 dots here. Yeah. Might affect the surface. So this would mean 9.5 surface as well. Let's check the back. Back surface looks great. But still, this would mean we have two 9.5 grades. So this probably only gonna get a 9.5. If we have luck, we maybe get a 10. Let's see. Okay, the last card is the Milim from Volume 2. This is not the reprint version because there is no reprint yet. It's the first print run with a gold signature. The centering, oh, the centering is not great. The wing is not even hitting the edge anymore. This would probably mean not even a 9.5 in centering. Oh, I forgot. Top to bot looks great though. If we check the back looks better on the centering. The back looks way better. The back almost looks like a 10-10. But still, I would give a centering 9.5 because of this way of centering to the right on the front. Let's check edges and corners. Edges and corners look great. And from the back, oh, I guess this is dust. From the back it looks also really great. So this is probably a 10 in both. Last but not least, the surface. Do we have any issue on the surface? Doesn't look like it. Surface looks really great. Okay, let's check the back. This was just dust. It's still dust on there, that's no point. Yeah, the surface looks really nice. I feel like surface is gonna be a 10 as well. So this also might be a 10 if the centering is getting a 9.5. So if I remember correct, I guess this is 9.5, this possible 10, this possible 10, this possible black label, this probably 9.5, and this a 10. So out of these 6 cards, I might get only 2 9.5s, which would be really nice, but I really hope for my first BGS black label. Let's pray together that I'm gonna get it. I don't know how long it will take for BGS to grade, but it's kind of random. It doesn't even matter if you send BGS Express or Standard or whatever. It really doesn't matter. BGS grades kind of randomly. So let's just hope it will take about 2 to 4 months when they're back. And I'm definitely gonna make a video when it's back and check the grades if I guessed them right or if I was completely wrong. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye bye guys.